What's up, you guys? Fired Up Health Blog number 5, Mindset of a Winner. What are we talking about today, Rox?
So today we're going to be talking about all about your mindset and what it's going to take for you to reach your goals. Whether you're going for, hey, I want to lose 5 pounds. Maybe you want to lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds. Maybe you want to gain some lean muscle mass. Maybe you want to tone up. Whatever it is, we're going to help you today with really getting in the mindset of a winner, right? Because you can know about the shakes, you can know about the meals and the snacks. However, if your mindset isn't there, chances are you're not going to be fully successful.
So I wanted to show you guys some of the shakes and some of the snacks today, but she said, all that doesn't matter if you don't have the mindset.
He had it all laid out.
I said
it
okay,
doesn't matter.
literally like all of it's right here.
He did. But listen, like, your mindset is absolutely everything inside of like everything that you do. And currently, like, if you are like looking around your life, if you're looking around at your body, your image, everything is a reflection of the choices you've been making, and all of the choices you've been making been based off of where your mindset has been. So today we're really going to talk about how you can have that mindset of a winner to help you reach your health and fitness goals, and not even just your health and fitness goals, but hey, maybe even some life goals.
Absolutely. So the reason we're talking about this is because you're probably not going to sustain. Now, you might get some results for a little bit, right? And maybe for 21 days or 30 days, but I don't know about you, but for me personally, I don't see the value in one-time result and then falling back. Let's talk about how to get result, keep result, progress results. So let's give them some tips. Let's give them some things they can do. Somebody's like, man, I'm going back and forth. I'm up and down. You know, I've fallen off. I'm getting back on. What are some things that they can do? What are some action items for them to build that mindset of a winner?
So one of the things that you can do is, and it's great, like really great. We've been listening also to this audiobook, and it talked about this. And it talked about an accountability mirror, right? So right now, right, if you would take off all your clothes, you stand in front of the mirror, how do you feel about yourself? Like, how do you feel about the way that you look? How do you feel about the person you're becoming on the inside? Like, how do you feel about how, like, every single day, like, you're waking up and giving life, like, what you got? Like, are you giving it your absolute best, or are you kind of just cruising and just floating through life? You know, so that's going to be one of the biggest things that can help you in order to, like, check yourself. Because a lot of the times we can hear it from other people, but we have to be willing to be real with ourselves. And when you can be real with yourself, that's when you are opening yourself up to change. You're opening yourself up to new possibilities. Why? Because you know that who you are and who you've been it's not gonna get you to where you're going and who you want to become.
Absolutely. And you guys, one of the biggest things I would, recommend for you guys to consider is that nobody else is probably going to be as real with yourself as you would be, right? That's why the accountability mirror is so awesome. And then also, if you are a little overweight, does that mean you're a bad person? If you have let yourself go, does that mean you're not a good person? If you maybe jump in the mirror and it jiggles more, maybe if you got some, fat on the side of your clothes, right? And I'm speaking all this because I've personally been there. I was a little overweight as a kid. And I think in our society, we get very sensitive about weight, talking about it, because we relate our weight with who we are. Like, well, if I'm fat, if I'm overweight, if I'm chunky, I'm a bad person. It means I'm not disciplined or I'm lazy. When it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just maybe means you don't have some habits that could really help you out in getting to that way you want to feel. Mm-hmm. So detach what you are right now from who you are. And that way you can attack it. You can be like, well, okay, then all it is some habits. I got the habits of picking up the Snickers. That was a habit I learned. You weren't born loving Snickers. You picked it up along the way. So now let's just change out some habits. And when you can detach that from how you feel about yourself, you can start to install new ways to feel about yourself, because then you can get excited. Mm-hmm. You can start to talk to yourself. You know what? You're ready for it. You don't need to stay here any longer. And that energy can get you excited, because now you are in the energy of change. You really see it for yourself on the other side. Any other tips to give them?
And really, that's what's going to help you. Like for me, like I remember just a few years ago, before we had gone and started, like literally, like I got so real with myself. You know, I was 23 at the time. I had like zero energy. When I looked in the mirror, I didn't like what I saw. I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel good about myself. And I didn't like my current habits. And I knew that everything that I have like lived and everything that was in my life up to that point were based off of my habits, you know, and I could have easily continued down those habits and said, well, hey, like I'm Mexican. I love to eat the enchiladas, the tacos and all that stuff, right? And I said no. And I remember like being like so fed up, and I said, that's it. Like I am ready to change, and I'm going to change, right? And just like Aubrey said, so no matter where you are, really, like you just have to know that you have the power and you have the key to your better self, to like a better body, to a better future, to a better life. Like you hold the keys, and it's gonna take like getting so real with yourself that if you want to create new possibilities for yourself in 2019, like hello, we're only in month 4 of 2019. Like what were some of the things that you said at the very beginning of the year that you were going to achieve, and how are you doing on them? Have you even checked in with the goals, with the things that you said that you were going to do at the very beginning of 2019? And if not, like hopefully this video inspires you to go revisit and then know that you have the power to change like whatever it is that you currently maybe like don't like in your life.
Absolutely. It's only month 4. There's so much time. And this is the biggest thing that I would give you that I've seen is the difference between people that I had a cheat day versus a cheat meal. I fell off for a week, right? They don't have something bigger than the treat, the cheat, the junk food to pull them forward, right? As human beings, we all want to go towards pleasure and go away from pain. That's why they call it pleasure food. That's why they call it comfort food, right? It tastes good. Your body says, I want that. But if that's the biggest thing that comforts you in your life, you're going to want that more than anything else, right? That's going to be the thing you look forward to. Right? That's going to be the thing that it's like, I'm working out so hard just to have that day. And for me, what I've seen just for Roxy and I personally, in our experience, is creating something bigger than that meal, bigger than that treat, bigger than that food, bigger than that drink, bigger than the smoking, bigger, whatever it is that you are like, that's my thing. You'll be pulled further along and have a reason to say no. For example, Roxy and I do Herbalife as a business, right? We are distributors. So when we are planning out our week, yes, we have a treat meal once a week. But if we are able to make it to once a week, one meal, because the bigger vision is what we want to create for our lives as far as from a business standpoint, a home, travel, giving to our family, being that kind of person in our community, giving to the foundations that we want, like the animal foundations and things like that. That's a bigger thing than I want to eat junk food all day. It feels different. And your goals don't have to be Herbalife business, let me create that. But what is your bigger goal than that treatment? What is your bigger goal than wanting to eat that all day? Is it you want to have that look from your partner that has them look at you like they looked at you when you first started because you want to have a solid relationship? And you want to create that for your family, right? You want your children to grow up with both their parents in their home. That's bigger than the treat day.
Or maybe, right, like for instance, like let's say you have a family, right? So for instance, like for me, I grew up in a very Mexican household. It was tortillas, it was the beans, it was all those things. But what if, you know, you can instill new habits for your children? You can instill new habits even for your family. Like I'm gonna tell you guys, like it was a couple of months ago that my stepfather was sick, right? He ended up being in the hospital, and it wasn't till he like went through all of that he really valued his health, to where I became the person that my mom would call me, hey, is this good? Is this good? Can he have this? Is this good? You know, I became that go-to person versus if I had never taken this on, I probably would have been just as lost as my mom and not know how to help my stepdad better his health. And now he's like down over 20, 30 pounds and he's looking freaking phenomenal. And I'm getting the chills, and he's being so self-conscious about what they eat. And it's just like, it took that, and it was unfortunate that I had to take that, but I'm grateful that I was able to assist them inside of the process of like, hey, this is a healthy a snack. You don't want to do regular butter. Instead, opt for this. You don't want to do this. Instead, opt for that. I became that person for them.
And that bigger vision is going to create gravity. And if you think about gravity, right? It works all day. You don't have to turn gravity on and off, right? You throw something off, our balcony right here, we're on the 28th floor. You throw something off every single time, it goes down. If you got to push the ball every day, I got to push towards this because I just want to feel good, and that feeling good, but the treatment also makes me feel good. That's a push every day. Push every day. Push every day. There's going to be a day where you don't want to push, and it's going to go right back down the hill. So finding that bigger vision, you might say, okay, well, I kind of know the vision, right? This is how you make it more real to you. You got to go two things. Number one, see it if you can see it, right? Maybe it's a relationship that you want. Get around somebody that has a relationship that you want so you can see it. Maybe it's a home you want to buy because, maybe you're a fellow Herbalife distributor. You want to grow your business to be able to purchase that home, live where you want. Go see the home. Roxy and I used to go see homes like we live in now, high rises, to get the feeling of what it would be like, the experience in us, right? Maybe it's the trip you want to take, and you want to look great on that trip to have that pictures for your family to always remember. Look at pictures of where you're going.
Maybe you get a dress. Maybe you get a bathing suit. Maybe you buy something that you're like, man, I really want to be able to wear this and feel amazing, feel confident, and like whatever the goal is, remember, whether you want to like lose weight, tone up, gain weight, like whatever the goal is, there's always a next level to us. There's always a chance to grow. There's always a chance to get better inside of like how we think, how we feel. And just remember that absolutely everything that we eat has an impact in how we feel and how we think. Because I don't know if you guys have heard the saying, but they say you are what you eat. And our cells in our body constantly, like they renew themselves. How often is it?
They renew themselves every day.
Yeah, but they renew themselves, right? And if you think about that, they're renewing themselves. What are they renewing themselves with? It's with the things that you eat.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I remember when I was a kid, I really got that when somebody told me I was eating McDonald's. I used to love the fries. So good, right? He was like, yo, every 2 years you have new bones.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, different things.
Bones,
your skin does it every few weeks. Your tongue and your throat is like every couple of days. Your stomach every couple of weeks. But he was like, yo, your bones every 2 years. And I was eating French fries. I was like, I don't want to have McDonald's bones. Those don't seem that strong. So I started to understand, if it's going to be new, where's he getting it from our food? So you are what you eat, but this is the biggest thing also. Maybe you set one of those goals and it had you motivated for a small amount of time. You hit it and then you fell off after. This is key. You got to keep setting new goals. You got to keep setting new goals, and you got to set them really quickly. Hit the goal, love it, new goal. Hit the goal, love it, new goal. You might wonder why Roxy and Aubrey always have a new challenge program going on, right? Because you've never arrived. If you think you've arrived, then life and the game is over. If you're still here, which you're watching this, you probably are, hopefully, right? That means there's a new goal to go for. There's something new for you to achieve. There's a new level for you to get to. And that's what you got to get clear on so that you have a reason to have the discipline. Mm-hmm. That next trip, that next dress, that next bikini, that next dinner, that next whatever. Have it clear in your head.
And the last thing we'll leave you with is, because this is one of the things that, like, I hear the most and I get asked the most. How are you always motivated? And listen, we are not always motivated. We're not. I don't want to go to the gym every single day. There's days where I would love to eat, right? Just because we live healthier lifestyles, all that stuff doesn't mean that we don't enjoy a treat meal or two, right? Mm-hmm. But we know exactly why we do what we do. It's to continuously feel good about ourselves. It's to continuously feel confident in our skin, so that we can be healthy for our family, for our families, for each other, right? So that when we are out in the marketplace and even on Instagram and all that, we're constantly living up to the image that we want to continuously inspire people. And so really it's bigger than us.
Mm-hmm. And that really comes back to nothing tastes as good as feeling good feels, right? The treat meal tastes good, but I'll tell you, when you can look in the mirror and love how you look and feel, that feels better right? It just takes more effort, more work, more discipline, more consistency. That's the feeling, right? It's kind of like treat meal here, feeling good here, purpose through your feeling good, right? Example for your family, maybe your Herbalife distributor and inspiring your clients and team is up here, right? Just the treat day is the lowest totem pole, the treat week, right? The stuff all day. Yeah, it's gonna feel good, but you be honest, after you don't feel good. You have judgment issues in your head. You're like, I know I shouldn't have done that. Your energy's off. You don't feel good in the mirror. It doesn't feel good after.
Mm-hmm. That's why I chug a lot of aloe after.
Aloe, apple fiber, thermal bond. Get to work. Put some extra days in. So you guys keep sending us ideas about, what other health blogs. And actually, we're going to do something new. If you got this and you repost a screenshot on your Instagram and you tag us, or even on your Instagram, tag us on your Instagram story or on a post, and put in there with tagging us your favorite part. We're going to choose a favorite listener of the week every week. And when we get the tag and make sure you got it, we're going to shout you out and we're going to give you a special prize. So we want to get these ideas out there. We want to get more people getting inspired to grow. So again, screenshot, give up your followers, because they're going to be inspired by you, your biggest takeaways, and make sure you tag us so we can see it. We're going to pick a favorite listener every single week, and we're going to give you a special prize and a shout out. We're going to give you a live shout out. So have a great week. Hope you're getting value from this, and hope that you find a way from these tips to get to your best self ever. Let's get it.